What's up, everybody? This is Kenny here, chilling with Kenny C, and I'm very thrilled to be joined with my next guest at this time, R&B artist from Louisville, Kentucky. He's got a new song coming out on February the 1st, I believe. Life Keeps Changing, featuring Hybrid the Rapper. That's coming out early next month. And joining me to talk about that and much more is Lamondo Carter. What's good, man?
What's happening, brother? How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much for joining me, man. Good to have you on.
My pleasure, man. My pleasure. Anytime.
So
You
before
get
we
some
get
more
to,
in the future too.
yeah, absolutely. So before we get to the music stuff, I met you a little over a month ago at
Mhm.
Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. You was one of the performers for Hybrid's album release night, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I
I was
enjoy myself.
introduced to some artists for the first time, including yourself, and you did your thing. You brought the R&B vibes. You also
Yeah.
spit some bars as well.
Yeah.
So it was good to see you and meet you in person. And here we are with this interview. So glad to have you on. So with all that being said, man, just tell us a little bit about your story as far as how did you get started into music?
Music's been in my family, man, since I was pretty much since I was in my mom's womb. She basically she was choir at her church when she was growing up, and her and my dad met. And of course I was conceived through that. But I've been probably in music since I was about 8 years old. I started in church back home from Alabama, which is where I'm from. I moved to Louisville around 89. But I've been in music, shoot, probably almost like 15, 20 plus years, just learning harmonies, vocals. R&B is always my first love, but I love rap too, because I grew up in that 80s, 90s era when rap was real prevalent. And just kind of just blossomed from there, man. I love doing R&B mostly to my heart, but I never can completely get away from rap because I have so many people around me that do it. Plus, I'm also an artist and I write my own music myself. So I just kind of dabble in it from time to time, but R&B is really strictly my first love. But I've been doing it now since probably around maybe, I say here, around like maybe 92, 93. So I've been in it for a long time, man. And it's just something that's just deep rooted in me. I can't get it out of me. And I know I'll never stop doing it. So that's pretty much, just the gist of how long I've been in it as opposed to other cats in the industry.
For my conversation with you at Lawrenceburg, you definitely come across as a guy that's very passionate
Yeah.
of your craft. And you take pride of, being a local artist and doing things the way that you want to do and put the music out that you wanted to. So I've heard you did some original music that night. You also did a remix. I think you did a remix of Beanie Siegel joint. I forgot the name of it. It's off of the Reason. I forgot the
Yeah.
the Rain joint. Yeah,
Yeah.
so you definitely did your thing on that as well. And
Okay.
so and you performed Flex that
Yeah.
night as well, which is your popular song on Spotify. I played that track earlier. So it's a definitely a dope track. So you mentioned as far as you being a listener, you came from the 80s and the 90s hip hop and R&B era, which was definitely the era that I fell in love with those two genres.
Mhm.
As far as music and styles and just substance, obviously.
Right.
So, who was some of the artists that has inspired you, as far as you being an artist?
If I had to say my first actual real influence in the game was Boys to Men. I was a big, big, huge Sean Stockman fan. I love Nate Morris. They're still doing music to this day, which I'm really, really excited and proud of. Them, I love Jodeci. There's some cats here from Louisville. You probably know about them too, Kenny. I was fortunate enough to be in the studio with Static. coming up. I also did some music with Big Rome, who's singing currently in Lincoln Bridge right now. I also went to school with a couple of cats from the music industry too. Benjamin Bush, he goes by Digital Black now, but he's with Drew Hill now, and Jawan Peacock, who's Smokey, who's also in Drew Hill now, and they're the two newest members of the group. So it seems like every corner that I turn, I know somebody, or I know someone that's in the music industry or a national recording artist. So that's kind of like the thing that I've always loved. But those are the guys that I really grew up listening to and kind of like emulating, and I just got a lot of my ideas and concepts from people like that. And as far as the rap side, like I love KRS-One. Of course, you see I got Rakim up at the top. That's one of my boys too. I love Rakim. And then Father Ja as well. He's one of the local rap artists here in our city. But KRS-One definitely. I love Nas. He's one of my favorite rappers. I listen to Jay-Z. Just a lot of different people, man. Biggie, Tupac. You pretty much name it in the 90s. That was just like, to me, I think we'll never be able to top that. You know what I'm saying? And Biggie, I think he only did like 2 albums, but both of them were certified classics before he died. And then like I just love listening to a lot of material, which they're still in my Spotify to this day. But also DMX, who was probably like in my top 5. Like I was listening to him religiously before he passed away. And Father Ja, who's one of our main cats in the city, he opened up for him at the Bourbon Hall probably like maybe a year or so before he passed away. So that's one of my real idols. Like I love DMX. He's one of my favorites. So those are some of the people that I love listening to and I grew up listening to.
You mentioned Boys to Men. That is
Mhm.
my favorite R&B group of all time.
They're bad boys, man. Bad boys.
Motown, Philly, like
Yeah.
the dance moves, all
Right.
that,
The
you know.
dressing,
Yeah,
the heart.
everybody had their favorite groups back in the 80s and 90s. New
Right.
Edition,
Right.
Jodeci, Drew Hill, Jagged Edge 112. The list goes on and on.
I love all of
I
those guys.
get give me Boys to Men and I'm good. I listen to
Right.
everybody else. I'm cool with everyone. Bring something different, brought different flavor, different coasts, different areas. But
Yeah.
as far as R&B male groups in general, I am a Boys to Men stan, and that just
Me
gonna
too.
stick with me. Even with there's 3 members of the group now,
Yeah.
but I am a Boys to Men stan. Uh,
Right.
so yeah, the hip hop side, like you definitely mentioned some household names,
Mhm.
Big, Pac, Hove, Nas. Definitely feels like Nas he's got the fine wine going on because he's definitely he got his first Grammy almost a year ago to this day with King
Mhm.
Disease. He gave you the sequel, and then he gave us an EP with Hit Boy before the end of on Christmas. I think it came out. I
Yep.
listened
You're
to
right.
that heavily, and he's already mentioned King Disease 3 is on the way. So
Right.
whatever is motivating Nas, whether it's the chemistry with Hit Boy, or whether he just feels, he's an independent artist himself now.
Right.
After all these years with Columbia Records and other labels, he feels like he's in his bag right now.
He
So
is, man.
so
He is.
he's striving for sure.
Yeah.
So obviously you got a new song on the way with a hybrid rapper. Life keeps changing. That's going to be coming out in early February. Now, when I was at Lawrenceburg and listening to everybody, Hybrid was talking about how y'all two have linked up in some shows here and there. So talk about just getting to chat with him and what led to the collaboration that we're expect to hear in early February.
Okay. Um, I actually met Hybrid. I heard about him before from a guy you probably know too, Kenny, called and he's escaping my mind right now. But he does a lot of rap here in our city, and he kind of favors Tech Nine a little bit. Be Good, and when
Yes.
Be Good introduced me to him, we immediately hit it off. I thought he was a great guy, really articulate, had great conversation. And he was also very in touch mentally and physically about the music. So when I got to perform in front of him, that was when I think we really started linking up, because he really liked my style of music, the way I portrayed myself on stage. And then once I got off the stage, me and him, we talked a lot that night. And I told him, I asked him where he was from. Of course, he told me where he was from. And I said, man, we should link up sometime. So one day I think I was actually at work, if I'm not mistaken. I was either at work or at home. And I got a message from him telling me that he had gotten a new track he was trying to, kind of get together with. And I said, well, if you need some extra, incentive, or you need some help, or maybe a feature, send it to me. So he sent it to me. It's either that night or the following day. And as soon as I heard the beat, I immediately fell in love with it. Started writing to it, came up with the chorus. Then I started working on my verse. As I finished up my verse, I kind of liked it, but I didn't. I'm very critical of myself. So I went over it again. Then I started really getting into it. Next thing I know, it was finished. Sent it back to him. He loved it. Go ahead and went on and finished his verses. Then he sent it back to me. I sent it to my producer, and he mixed it down for us, and we came up with something dope like that, man. But just as far as meeting him, I couldn't be more humble, because usually when you meet guys like that, you know where I'm coming from, Kenny, they got their head in the clouds. They think they're the next big thing. They're really not open to criticism, you know what I'm saying? And they get really upset when you tell them, man, that was okay, but this song was better. He was one of those type of guys, I could come to him about anything. He was really open about it. So with that being said, after I met him the first time at the first show we did, which is at WME Rental Hall, shout out to King Dadu, by the way, we just hit it off, man. And ever since then, we've been sending each other material, listening to each other's music, giving each other criticism. And it just kind of blossomed from there, man. He's like another brother in arms in the music game. Like, our camaraderie is really cool. And I always love to get with people like that, because I think it allows me to kind of get out of my box, so to speak, you know what I'm saying, and try something different. And Hybrid is definitely different. He's a really great rapper, and I love his style. So when he brought me the song, I really wanted to try to step my game up to his game. You know what I'm saying? That way, when we do the song and we drop it, we're both really, really excited about what we dropped. And this right here, by far, I'm loving this track. So you guys get a chance, it's called Life's Changing. It's going to be coming out February the 1st. And if anybody gets a chance to listen to it, tell me what you think, give me your comments. And I know you'll definitely give me yours too, Kenny. So definitely a great friendship. And I feel like we're going to be doing a lot more great stuff in the future as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Hybrid is definitely a pillar
Yeah.
for Kentucky hip hop. I mean, he's been doing this for a very long time. From the numerous albums he's done, variety of music he's done, and he's done the Hustle and Flow shows at the Brick Alley, which he was at last night. A Shooter, Gone, Brandon Justice, shout out to them. They were also at Lawrenceburg, and we also were a part of the music video he's about to drop, Fantasy, which is off
Nice.
the Liberal Arts album. That's out right now, so give that a listen when you get a chance.
I will do that.
But Hybrid, definitely a humble guy for sure. He's he really wants to, not only succeed as an artist, but he wants to see everyone else succeed. So he just knows how to get people together, different colors, walks of life, but they all share the same passion, just doing music, and it shows in the songs that y'all present. So I'm very thrilled that y'all two have collaborated, and this song will be coming out on February. So definitely go check it out. Lamondo Carter and Hybrid the Rapper, that's coming out. Life is Changing. So stay tuned for that, February the 1st. So it will be on all the platforms. So stay tuned for that. So I also want to talk about Black Law Rebel Music. And just to get some clarification, is that a label? Is that a group? Tell us a little bit about Black Law Rebel Music.
Black Law Rebel Music is a label, and we're also a group as well. We have a lot more people in the core of Black Law Rebel Music as a crew, but we're 4 main affiliates, which is myself, Dope Fresh the Don, Supreme Ra, and Imperial Real Rev. You get a chance, they're on Spotify, all the major distribution sites. You can check out all their music as well. right now we're in the process of finishing up the Black Law Rebel Music album. It's going to be called Birth of a New Dynasty. And we're just kind of getting everything kind of situated and together and deciding about what type of body of work we want to drop. But as far as the crew, that's my guys. Love them to death. Doe Fresh to Dawn is a great rapper, amazing artist, and an amazing writer. Imperial Real Rail, one of the best freestylists I've ever heard. Hopefully I'll get him on here with you as well. And Supreme Ra is a very dope conscious rapper. It kind of reminds me a little bit of a mixture between like Common and Rakim. He's real dope too. But that's the core members of the group. I initially met them a few years back. Me and Doe had already known each other for a little bit. We've seen each other from time to time through Father Ja. But then I finally met Imperial Real Rail, and he had a song he was doing. It's funny you mentioned that. It was called My Boo, and he needed somebody to do the hook for him. It was right around the same time me and him met. He put me on the hook. We made history. So that's out right now on Spotify too. It's called My Boo. If you get a chance, it's on Imperial Real Rail's album. I think it's called Life, Love, and the Pursuit of Happiness. Go check that out. It's dope. My man Doe Fresh to Dawn, he's dropped some really great records too. You get a chance, check out anything that we have. All our material is out for the whole world to listen to. So if you get a chance, go and check that out, Kenny. It's real dope, man. And I want to try and see if I can get them on here to do some interviews with you. So we'll look to some future endeavors with you as well, man. So definitely big ups to you.
I'm glad you said that because with my connection with these local musicians, I have a way of connecting people here and there.
Right.
And
Exactly.
I did get in touch with Doe Fresh to Dawn a while back, and we have an interview lined up for next month. So
Nice.
that
Good
will
deal.
be coming soon. Shout out to the label, shout out to the members of Black Law Rebel Music. So that is y'all got a new project on the way. So in addition to your collaboration with Hybrid, could we expect some more solo music from Lamondo Carter this year?
Absolutely. I'm probably going to have something dropping this year. I'm working on an album right now, and it's funny you mentioned Doe Fresh to Dawn, which, by the way, I've got to mention too. He's starting up something of his own called Forever Fresh. You guys get a chance, check that out. He's going to be putting some merchandise on there, his music, and he's also going to be picking up some more artists locally along the way to start up his own little thing. So big shout out to him. But I'm currently working on something right now, and Doe Fresh to Dawn is executive producer of it. And the name of the album is going to be called Evolution. And this is going to be, I think it's going to be my second studio album with them. My last one was Agent Carter, which is currently on Spotify right now and all the major sites. You can check that out too. You can check it out on Pandora, Napster, different places like that. But right now I'm finishing up Evolution, and I'm really impressed with the body of work that I have so far. I'm almost finished. I got a couple more things I want to do to it. Then I'm going to take the project over to Doe, and we're going to start really working on getting everything finished and situated. So if you guys get a chance, man, check out Evolution. That'll be coming up real soon. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm also going to have Hybrid on there as a feature. We've done another song. It's going to be really dope on there as well. Just going to be a great year for Black Law, man. We're doing some great things. We're going to start trying to get out of town, doing some more shows out of town. We just recently did a show up in Detroit, up in Flint, for the water situation that they had.
Yeah.
And that turned out really well. We really enjoyed that, raised some money for them. We just want to get out and kind of show the world that, you know, the music that we've been doing has been incredible. We're trying to reach to the masses. We also want to let people know that 80s and that 90s music's not dead. We're a part of that. And we want to bring that back and show people that, you know, our music has substance, but we also have some music that really can touch your heart too. So we're just trying to get all genres. And if anybody's listening to this message and this interview, check out any of the music that we've done, and we really would appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. So Evolution, new album from Lamondo Carter that's coming soon. Black Law Rebel Music, they got a new project on the way as well. And Doe Fresh, he's still holding it down for Black Law. He's also now pursuing his own venture. So keep an eye on that. We'll be chatting with him about that with this interview we got coming up with him. So
Nice.
just stay tuned for the dates and the flyers and all that. And this has been a long time coming. I've heard the name Doe Fresh for years now, and
Great guy.
and it
Very
definitely
talented brother.
is. So to have him on definitely gonna be pretty cool. So
Yeah, it'll be
where
enjoyable, man.
so everybody can hear your music on all the platforms, including the track with Hybrid coming up. As far as
Mhm.
social media, where can people get in touch with you?
You can reach me on Facebook, Lamondo Carter. Just type it in. You can look me up. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. I go by Songbird of My Generation. And Lamondo's, I think it's Lamondo9 on Twitter. So check me out there, and also on TikTok too, at Songbird of My Generation. You can find me at any of these places, man. You can also Google me. Just type in my name. Everything comes up, Lamondo Carter. I'm the R&B cat in the group. Like I said, I do dabble in a little bit of rap too, but that's definitely my genre, is the R&B game. So be checking me out. I'll also be having some more shows coming up in the near future. Haven't penciled anything down just yet because of everything going on with the COVID. Kind of put a little hiatus on things, but we still moving, we still rolling, still working. Nothing's changed. We just gonna keep it going, man. Just keep it gutter. Want to make sure that everybody out there that's a fan continues to keep getting new work and new material from us. And we just look forward to meeting our fans and our friends and people that keep supporting us as well as yourself, Kenny. So if you need anything from me, man, I'm just a phone call away. Reach out to me. You need any of the music, you want to play it on your station, let me know, man. We got you.
Yeah, man. So I got these shows going on right now, the interviews and things like that. I'm working on a third chilling show, and it's gonna
Okay.
be coming in the spring, and that's gonna be more music based, just me playing music for an
Okay.
hour on once a week. So I'm definitely venturing out chilling. It's gonna be more than just me interviewing. I want to start playing music for like an hour nonstop and rest my voice a bit. You know what I'm saying? So something like
That's what's
that.
up. That's what's up.
But great chatting with you, man. Thank you so much for being on. Great to meet you at Lawrenceburg. Shout out to all to the artists, to everyone that's doing their thing, and hopefully we'll cross paths again in the future.
We
And,
will. We
and
definitely
more
will.
importantly, everybody just be safe out there, not just from the pandemic, but from this what's left of the snowmageddon that just
Right.
took place in Kentucky. So everybody just be safe on that as well. Continued success, man, and well, we'll stay in touch. And thanks for being on.
Hey, man, I appreciate it too, man. Shout out to the crew. Shout out to Hybrid. Shout out to my people's Black Law Rebel Music. And I appreciate you having me on, man. Like I said, we'll get together again in the future once I drop the new album. We'll do some more discussing on that and talk a little bit. So when you need me, man, just let me know. Just a phone call away. All right.
Absolutely, man. You take care. Enjoy your night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
All right, my brother. Be safe.
All right.
Peace.
All right. That was Lamondo Carter.